happy. Well, I don't want to say happy, but hey, Memorial Day. That's the reason for this patriotic shirt. It's a day off for both of us and a lot of other people. And for those of you who have to work, you'll get yours, I promise. What are you doing? What are you doing to celebrate, and honor our fallen servicemen and women
today?
Yeah.
Well, I was texting with my father this morning, who served for us, and we were talking about my grandfather, and so I already reached out to him this morning, and then I'm going to walk my my very American dog around Town Lake. And then I'll probably indulge in some sort of American type food, but obviously trying to remember what today's really all about.
Right. I think a lot
and
of
it's
people...
not about hamburgers and drinking beer. So as much as people will be doing that today.
Oh yeah, there'll be a lot of it. And today, Tuesdays with Tess, we're gonna, obviously you're watching this probably late Monday. We're doing a little early, mainly because of we got some certain topics to cover, but definitely honoring all those who have given us the freedom that we wake up to daily. Big shout out. You see, let me pull this out here. You see the lady on the bottom right. That is our new exclusive sponsor, or the main sponsor of this series. And if you didn't see it, she's going to have some more ads that we're going to create. But this was the onboarding one, just to kind of give you an idea of who Matt Girl is. Yeah, that's the lady who gave birth to the young lady on the right. That's Tess Sawyer's mom. That is the longest way to describe who she is. And yeah, she's a loyal viewer of this, from what I understand.
She is. She's a regular viewer. And yeah, I guess her probably most popular item is her logo mats. So
right,
she can put any logo you want on a floor mat. And back quite some time ago, she made quite a splash with her OU sucks floor mats. They were very popular among the sorority and fraternity houses at the Texas, gifted to OU dates. It was kind of like a fun little thing. So we still have those available if anybody wants an OU sucks floor mat.
Yeah. Go to mattgirl.com, submit your order, reach out to Lori Sawyer. It's easy for me to say. Hey, Lori Sawyer. Lore, just call her Lore. Mama Sawyer. Hey, for the remainder of the month of June, simply because it's her birth month, I'm going to honor my mom. We all have an expiration date. We all we don't know when our time's coming, but we're going to honor my mom. She recently passed away on May 13th, and this is just how we're going to do it. That's my lovely mom on the upper left, and there's an event coming up here on Friday, June 2nd. And the reason why I'm kind of opening it up, because it's not invite only. Anyone wants to stop by, have a margarita with all of us at 5280 Burger Bar off of Wood Hollow. That's in the Northwest Hills area. Come have a margarita. That just to honor her. That was her favorite. And we laid her to rest on the 20th. And we're going to continue to honor her the month of June just because it's her birth month. As we're giving shouts out to our parents, it's turned into that theme here. Part of your, I was actually part of your early Memorial Day weekend, which included the man that we call Mean Gene, because you're getting to know Tess's family. This is from the other day. This is how it all started for the Memorial Day festivities. That's a fine Austin American establishment. That was a fun afternoon.
Good times, great times. And my girlfriend Erica joined us, and it was nice for all of us to catch up and hang out and kick this holiday weekend off right. So I think we did. It was good.
It was good. Maudie's. Can't go wrong there here in Austin, Texas.
Love us some good old Maudie's.
That margarita knocked me out about 3 hours later. Let's gonna be
Well,
honest.
the Gills is my favorite.
That's a good drink.
Yeah, it's a good one. And then their Diablo, can't really beat that. It's kind of like their version of Bob Armstrong, which is just as good if you ask me. So
No, you're not wrong. Not wrong. And to Gene Sawyer, salute to you, a veteran. And I know Memorial Day is not just it's not celebrating. Thank God he's alive, but he is. Salute for serving our country. Hey, this is the time of year, college baseball madness. A lot of people love March Madness. It's a lot more people are involved in it, but or have more interest. But I love college baseball. Love the regionals. I think since I was 9 years old, and so it has evolved into a field of 64. 16 4-team regionals, and I think one of the hottest teams in the country. I don't know how far they'll go. They were really bad to open the season. The Aggies just weren't very good. Well, they made it all the way to the SEC tournament championship game and fell to Vanderbilt like so many people have. But I would not count out the Aggies because they may make a return back to Omaha, and this was – they were asked after that Vanderbilt loss yesterday, pretty much how they feel about their chances moving forward.
This isn't the end of our story. That's the good part. We still have a lot of baseball to play, hopefully, in front of us. If I'm betting on anybody, it's the Aggies. So love these guys. It obviously sucks to come up short today, but, like Coach said, you just have to credit Vanderbilt. They played great.
Okay, so the Aggies, the regional were revealed today. The Aggies will head out west to Stanford, where they'll be paired up against Stanford, Cal State Fullerton, and San Jose State, which was in Austin recently.
yes.
And San Jose State, Texas, I don't know how they did take a game from Texas, but they're in. But as far as the regional host, this is rare. It's usually a rare year when Austin is not among that list.
Right.
Texas just did not. I'll say this. I still think it's been a successful year when you take into effect or the equation that they have 19 new players, 3 new coaches. Obviously David Pierce, the same head coach, but they finished the year having to sweep the Big 12 leading West Virginia Mountaineers just to claim a share of the conference title regular season, and they did that. And 0-2 in the Big 12. I mean, Tess, your thoughts? I'm not trying to sunshine pump. I'm just being realistic.
Disappointed, but not completely shocked.
Yeah.
Just given all the things that are going on with the team being so new. I mean, I think we love to throw the building year in there.
Yeah.
And especially with football, but we don't get to say that very much with baseball. So yeah, definitely unlike Texas, but maybe that just proves, that will be, this is prepping us for how good we might be next year. Right.
Yeah,
or the
right.
draft.
And I still think they have a chance. It's just finding 2 solid arms in the bullpen. It's kind of been up and down. They have not had consistency there. I do like their rotation. But even the number 3 starter with Tanner Witt coming back from the Tommy John surgery, I think he is improving. But he's only, I think the max he's gone is 4 innings so far. He came back here in the latter third of the season, the end of April. They still have a chance, and we're about to talk about that. But I mean, if you look at the regional host, a record 8 of them of the 16 are from the SEC, and not one regional host sites in the state of Texas, not one. Bizarre.
It's going to be interesting when we go to that conference.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But look at this.
Everybody keeps talking about football, but it's going to impact all of our sports. And I think people have to kind of step back and look at it's not just football.
No.
That's what we tend to only think about here, right?
Baseballs will be intense in the SEC. But if you look, does anything stand out if you really look at where these programs are, does anything stand out to you that I'll tell you what it is. There are 3 regional host sites in the state of South Carolina.
I was about to say, I see a lot of southern, whatever we call the deep South,
Right.
Which I consider the Carolinas, that
Yeah.
Alabama, Carolina, Tennessee, that whole thing. Yeah, a lot of presence there.
The Gamecocks, Coastal Carolina, and Clemson all hosting regionals. It's
right,
mind-blowing.
Alabama and Auburn. So
it's really bizarre when you look at that, but that's, it is a Southern dominated sport, but only one Western host, that being Stanford. But as far as UT, they are in a winnable region, but extremely tough, in my opinion. Extremely tough. They'll be in Miami, and they'll play in Miami, Maine, is Texas, and the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. Louisiana's out of the Sun Belt, extremely good.
right.
I don't know if did you watch the selection show at all when it started?
I did not.
That's okay. I'm not going to hold that against you.
I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Let you down.
You did, but everybody says Maine. Well, Maine used to be a college baseball power. They were in the 60s, 70s, part of the 80s. The one guy, when they had, I don't know, they had a cell phone on all these sites, and one of the Maine Black Bears looked right at the camera and started flossing when they were announced. I hope we can get that up, but I don't know. I think it's winnable, but you got to get the back end of that pitching in order. I think the hitting, Texas, the lineup's pretty potent. I think all of them are hitting over, I think, last check, over 300. And then Dylan Campbell, your guy, a 35-game hitting streak.
DC.
Ties for the Big 12 all-time record for consecutive games with a hit. It's amazing.
Yeah, I love me some DC. He has a very nice father.
His dad, shout out to Donovan. He's present for everything. Big fan of Tuesdays of Tests. Moving on to football here in Austin. They have 3. Sark added 3 new hires to his staff. One of this very intriguing. Paul Christ was the head coach of the University of Wisconsin. And I don't know exactly what he'll be responsible for. But when you look at this staff and you add a guy who won a lot of games at Wisconsin, and I mean, several 10-win seasons. I mean, I don't know how much you know about this guy or this hire. I mean, but what does that tell you about what Sark is looking at, what this addition does?
I think it's like, it kind of reminds me what happened with TCU.
Yeah.
Like Gary Patterson, like why, I feel like if we're bringing these head coaches in, I mean, is it going to be like this kind of, like you're saying, the role hasn't been defined yet.
Right.
So are we doing another like consultant type, behind the scenes Wizard of Oz type role?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, unless they give him like an actual title, that's so it kind of reminds me of that. I don't know if that's his plan here, but why not? Because it seems like it worked with Patterson. And as far as I know, he's not going anywhere unless you've heard something.
No, it's he's going to be a special assistant analyst type role, which
so
is
that kind of reminds me of
Patterson.
Exactly what they did with Patterson. Yeah. It seems like he had kind of, even though he wasn't like I said, behind the scenes, I feel like he had an impact on our team this year.
I do too.
His presence, I saw his presence in the way, calls were being made and things like that. So I'm wondering if are we recreating the same formula here?
I have no problem with it. I really don't.
No, I think it's wonderful. I mean, the guy's a good coach. I'm glad. Let's see what we can do.
Because when it comes, he obviously has a ton of experience in the Big Ten, which is known for physical offenses, big brutes, but everyone's opened their game up. But I think when you have another experienced voice and eye on your staff. I think that's just good leadership to bring somebody on like that, like they did with Patterson. I really do. So I like the hire. I like it. You can't have enough experience on a staff and have different opinions, because I think good leadership at any level, any business, you need ideas coming at you at all directions, or what you see. What is your opinion? This is our formal invitation to Coach Christ. I don't know what his preference is. I don't really need to know. We don't need to know, but that's, just
welcome to Texas.
Yeah. Keep the hedges trimmed. And
we're just going to talk about your whole junk and
right,
all the other things. Yeah.
It's the Lawnmower 4.0. Every one of these tools are phenomenal. It helps you avoid resembling the German Black Forest below the belt. Coach Christ, use this promo code MANCAVE20. All of you coaches, everybody, anybody who's watching, use that
everybody
promo
keep
code.
clean.
Everybody keep clean. That's just the route to go. Manscaped.com, promo code MANCAVE20 for 20% off. Before we take a quick break, I to instill a little humor, because that's pretty much what second segments are, especially with Tess Sawyer. But I there's this grandma that a grandson has made TikTok famous. I love this, and I think we need her hat.
It says, "Show me that butthole."
That's exactly what it says.
Now, is that bleached or non-bleached? I mean, I'm just going.
If there's a way to avoid any foreign substance on said butthole, I think things may be a little easier.
I like her style.
Yeah, look at
her style.
Look at the scowl on her face.
Go for the straight back door.
Go right for the back door. Nice hat. Show me that butthole. You wear that hat, you will have some unwelcomed visuals, I'm sure. So somebody literally could, respond to that request.
That's right. I mean, she's probably seen a couple of pie holes out and about. Who knows what the woman, obviously, maybe I don't want to get into her fetishes, but I feel like somebody's entertained her request.
Oh yeah. I don't think she's always frowning like that and bitter. I gotta admit, that's probably a
when she looks at buttholes, she's probably very happy.
She's gotta be. Tess, on the other side, we are of this break. There's a Longhorn golfer who is just having a near perfect golfing season. And we're going to get you another input on maybe a suggestion from you for another summertime road trip. Are you up to that?
Always.
Yeah. Tess is a road trip in full, and I respect it. I really do. Hey, got to hear from our guys at Honest, and we'll see you on the other side of the break. I think everyone can appreciate some good HVAC humor, and I'm sure this is a question most of us don't have a clue how to answer. When's the last time you changed your air filter? This is Sean Clinch, the host of Stories Inside the Man Cave podcast, and I too am guilty of that. Probably not changing my air filter enough, and not doing that, well, it can create a lot of issues, from allergens to the efficiency of your HVAC. And I want to remind you right now, this is the ideal time, the end of May, the beginning of June. Call Honest AC and Plumbing to come out and schedule a maintenance for your AC. Give those guys a call at the number on your screen, 512-593-7852. You will not regret it. And I have the utmost trust in the guys at Honest, and so should you.
That was a nice feud.
Oh, I appreciate it, Tess. That's the least we can do. I think a lot of people, and I think it's human nature, we get caught up in how we're going to get together with people, which is great on this day, this long weekend. Everyone deserves it, but not many places across the world are able to do what we do freely.
Right.
It's cost a lot of people lives. So shout out to our fallen men and women who are part of our armed forces. And that's a big deal. I know you're a big golf girl, without a doubt.
I wore my ACC hat just for the segment.
Love it.
No reason that it's burnt orange, but
if we all had a little burnt orange theme going on today, but I don't know if you saw this weekend. Scheffler is just on fire this season.
TrackMan technology presented by the new Titleist Pro V1 and Pro V1X. The number one ball in golf. The number one shot of the eighth. Scotty Scheffler with the hole-in-one at the eighth. Spectacular.
boom, baby.
Boom. Hey.
That's awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
I love seeing the smile on their faces when something like that happens.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah, I mean, he just was like amazing.
It is. I think the sales of Pro V1 golf balls are about to go through the roof. I think that's what he's using. Those balls are, let's just say they're you've got a budget for them, because I think a box of those Pro V1s, I want to say $50.
Okay.
So people like me do not need to use those for the high volume. Yeah, it's okay for Scheffler. He doesn't have to pay for
expensive balls.
Expensive balls. High dollar balls are you got to invest in your balls. I'm just gonna make it quick. What's your favorite go-to Tina Turner song?
What's love got to do with it? Or Proud Mary.
Proud Mary and What's Love Got to Do with It are 1A and 1B for me.
Yeah. I mean, Simply the Best.
Simply the Best. They played that in my Inferno Hot Pilates class yesterday.
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously the woman has so many wonderful hits, and they're, obviously they have the movie with Angela Bassett, but
right.
One of my girlfriends just told me there's actually a pretty good documentary on Tina on right now. So I need to.
Right?
Yeah, she said it was really good. So it's not a live action film that's acted. Like, this is like an actual documentary about,
right.
Obviously she has a very interesting life. She faced a lot of struggles and became triumphant. And so, what an incredible talent and woman. So, left us with a lot of great music that we can listen to forever.
Ton of great music. She, a lot of adversity in her life, but man, she was so well loved, and God, she would sell out an arena everywhere she'd go. And
those legs and arms, good Lord Almighty.
She stayed in shape to her final day.
Yeah, that is inspiring, to say the least, for all of
them. Men and women. There's no age you should not be able to stay in shape.
Yeah, well, she did it well.
She did well. We love you, Tina, and many prayers and thoughts for Tina's family. Oh my God, your own segment. I think that's phenomenal. You just got back from West Texas from one of your best friends. No, it's a resume builder. So you just got back. You went through Marathon, Marfa, and just that area of Texas.
Marfa, Terlingua, and Big Bend.
Big Bend,
yeah. And I went to both. A lot of people, when they think Big Bend National Park, they don't realize that there's actually a state park too.
Is it really?
Yeah, so there's Big Bend State Park, and then there's Big Bend National Park. Everybody, the National Park is kind of the claim to fame.
Right.
But so when you go down the road, you can go one way towards Lajitas, and that's where you go to State Park. Then you go the other way and go to the National Park. We actually did both. The National Park being the biggest one and the most, famous. But yeah, it was a really great time, and I would think, after this weekend, especially with all the kiddos getting out of school, that's when a lot of families will be taken. Yeah. It's a very popular family destination in the state to take your kids down there. So I think we caught it right before it got the summer crowds. But
that's smart. That's really smart.
Really beautiful. It's and the drive between Lajitas and the state park is ranked in the top 10 of drives by National Geographic in the United States as far as one of the most beautiful drives. So even just driving down the road is gorgeous. So
stunning West Texas, picturesque views. So the state of Texas has just very diverse as far as geography goes. It's pretty amazing. West Texas, there is a unique beauty to it. What's your next suggestion, or maybe that you would highly recommend people to start booking for the summer in Texas?
Well, I'll just talk about where I'm going next weekend.
There you go. That's
I don't think this is a big secret to anybody, but Fredericksburg. So I'm actually going there 2 weekends in a row, just by chance. But and that's only about an hour and a half from Austin. But I think Fredericksburg has become a big destination. As 10 years ago, nobody was going there. Now it's obviously with all the wineries, and it's just littered in wineries. Now, if you drive down the street, there's a new winery on every thing. And then there's some breweries, there's even some distilleries. And of course, with that came a bunch of new restaurants and shopping. So it's like become this kind of destination. Really fun, not just for girls.
A lot of fun.
Guys can have some fun times there too. There's some, like I said, distilleries, whiskey bars, breweries. So I think everybody associated it with kind of a girls' trip, which it certainly is. But I think guys can have a good time there too.
Well, the food there, the options there is really, it's really good food.
Right. Historic German food, but then obviously they've got some other really nice restaurants. And then there's always some interesting live music, things like that. So, and then being really close to Lukenbach.
Yeah.
You can stop out there, listen to live music, have a beer, a lot of history right there. So there's a lot of fun little things to do right around there. And I think that's a fun little place to go in the summer.
Oh, it is. And it's, don't worry about the heat. You can always pop in. You can get out of the heat really quick. This is kind of my random discovery. I want you to see the size. This is off Padre Island. The size of this hammerhead shark.
Oh,
off the coast. 14 feet in length.
Oh my goodness. Woo.
Hammerhead shark.
And hammerheads are I don't know why I always like to watch shark movies in June and July. But I always I watch Jaws at least once every year. But I don't know. This keeps me safe. But hammerheads are, they're aggressive.
Yeah, they can be. They can
be some of the more, aggressive type. But that is good night, almighty. I'm gonna have to send that to my dad. He's gonna think that's really cool.
Yeah, I was like just blown away right off Padre Island.
Yeah. Well, I know that what is the area down there where there's been some shark attacks? Well, I know some in Padre, but there's it's called Red something. I can't remember what it is called, but
there's Laguna Madre or something like that.
Yeah, there's been if you hear about them in Texas, that's kind of the area. If there are ones, that seems to be the area where they occur.
Oh yeah, they're out there. You're in their habitat. You're going to find them more in the tiger sharks.
Yes.
Away from the bay. You're going to get it out on the Gulf side.
Right.
But they exist, and that's good. That means the bays and the ocean are healthy off of the Texas Gulf Coast. A lot of people oppose the Live Golf Tour, but you're going to find some characters. And I thought this was absolutely hilarious. The guy narrating, shooting the video, went up to members of the gallery and had a nickname for all of them.
Dale Hartburn Jr. That was the friendliest pirate I've ever seen.
Where's this guy hiding his ketamine? We don't know.
Oh, dude, I love your work on the Jersey Shore.
Thanks, brother.
Yo, what's up, big dog? Did I hurt the glue on that facial hair today?
I have facial hair. You think it's just glued on?
Excuse me, sir. Do you mind if I get directly in front of you? Bro, are you dealing clam chowder?
No. Oh, it's Dip Cam Smith.
Oh, what up?
Mark Smallberger. We digging up some dinosaurs today, gentlemen? Lipitor gang, let's go.
Oh, dude, have you been collecting insects?
Smokey the Bear Claw. Here we go.
Steve A. Bogey. Excuse me, does your dad own all the boats?
Yes.
Oh, man, it's Bad Back Mountain.
A big American dump. Oh, it's Foodie CK. You guys got any Cialis I could borrow? All right. Let's go, dog. Oh, no.
Oh my God. He actually had it. That is so awesome.
A cross section of Caucasian white America.
I love it. Does your dad own all the boats? Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's so great.
Oh my God, that was hilarious. And then, hey, got to give it to the older gentleman. Carrying around Cialis, you never know.
You never know.
Never know when the moment will present itself.
We'll get lucky at a golf tournament, which is primarily meant.
That's awful, Kelly. That's kind of scary. That's kind of scary.
Yeah. Throwing that out in the universe.
Just throwing that out there. Mercury's in retrograde, I think, maybe.
Hey, man, tell me something good.
Sawyer, summer. It's getting started. Not officially until June 21st, but in these parts, particularly Austin, Texas, the South, whatnot, it's already started. Tell me something good.
You know, I love summer. I mean, I'm a woman of all seasons, I would say, but obviously fall being my favorite for, very obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But I love summer because I feel like even though nothing really changes with my work, but everything else just kind of slows a little bit.
Yeah.
It just feels like it's just a little less like go, kids out of school, people on vacation. So I kind of like the idea of it just kind of like chilling a little bit. And then obviously Austin gets a little bit less busy because so many of the kiddos are gone on vacation
Right.
or home. So it's kind of just a slower time around, town, and it's kind of nice. So, yeah, so I'm excited about summer start next few months, kind of, maybe doing some relaxing, and then before, the season starts.
The season, and then week 2, a trip to Tuscaloosa for the Longhorns. But yeah, this is a great time, great place to be. If you just love summer and you like to travel, there's a lot of places within driving distance. Or if you just want to hop on a flight to Mexico, it's 2 hours or less. It really is. I want to show you something. I got some video attached to my Tell Me Something Good. And I'll show you this. This is Bob Ballou, good friend of mine, sports director at KI. I wasn't able to make it this year due to some, associated with my mom. But the Under Blue Skies, which benefits ALS, Bob does this every year at the golf tournament, the Ice Bucket Challenge.
First one of the day, boys.
Thank you for everything you do. Let me give you a big hug. Oh, yeah.
Big sexy Bob Ballou. I think this was the 8th or 9th year. I've been on the board for 3 or 4 of those. I can't remember. Now raised over $1 million for ALS total, collectively.
Love it.
Good job, Bob, and the ALS of Texas. That's my Tell Me Something Good. Get involved. Go to alsoftexas.org. Donate. Get involved. Sponsor for 2024, whatnot. That's pretty much. It's pretty simple, and I'm really, really excited for Bob and the rest of that board. But Bob does put forth a lot of time, and he's a dad, a husband. You know what that sports schedule was like when I was in it. And so I don't know how he does it, but he somehow gets it done. Tess, I know it says Jim Saxton State Farm Insurance Agency, but sponsored by your mom, the Lori Sawyer, matgirl.com. Go visit that website, get a mat done for your office, your special room, outside your front door, whatnot. Anywhere. Put it in your car.
Special room. No.
Special room, for your swingers room.
Get a pineapple on there.
Just put upside. She'll make it upside down pineapple.
Put a pineapple on your mat.
Well, it depends which way you put the mat for the entrance. You got to have the little green pointy vines facing down.
That's right.
As you enter the door. So, for the Tess Sawyer and the OG Man Cave boys, that being Hardball Hards, Big Mike, and Coach Mo. Man, what do we do? How do we properly exit an episode, Tess?
We out.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up.